So y'all telling me all I had to do was cut my hair to win the best rap album? That's what y'all telling me?
The alcohol industry is crashing as it loses $830 billion.
All of the princesses and queens are f***ing dudes.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there is having a good day, y'all. We got a good one coming up today. We got a mortician breaking down some Epstein things. We got Ludacris saying what Cat Williams is trying to expose, and a lot more, y'all. Let's get into it. Before we get into it, make sure you guys watch from start to finish. Really helps the channel grow. But with that being said, let's do what we came here for. Let's get into the video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Y'all worried about the government watching? Wait until you realize that the TV is nothing but a government psychological psyop for social steering and social engineering used for mass manipulation and mind control, creating programs that influence ideas, minds, culture, beliefs, reality, social exceptions, social norms, social constructs, and just imagine most of the actors are agents. The world is a stage. Is it all starting to make sense?
So, Nicolas Maduro gets captured by the US, but you guys, are we watching a movie? Let's get into it. Now first, a lot of people are saying America invaded Venezuela to stop the narco-terrorism, but also it's the oil, in which they have more than anybody else, with over 300 billion barrels of crude oil. Now it's important to note that this is the thick, rich, dark crude oil because there's three types. There's light, medium, and dark, in which we have refineries in Texas and Louisiana to refine this brand new oil. But question, how many times does this guy need to change during his capture? Because it seems like they're making this whole process nice and cozy, don't you think? And how did this person know that all this is going down? Because this account on Polymarket made 4 predictions, putting up about $30,000 and profiting over $400,000. And some of those predictions says Maduro out by January 31st, will the US invade, etc. And these were just placed just hours before the attack. Not to mention, after all this goes down, the US secures a silver smelter deal to process metals, which is not surprising because Venezuela also has some of the biggest rare earth mineral deposits, and oh look, it's financed by JP Morgan, a central bank.
Figures.
Just like this guy congratulating Trump on his victory, who is a central banker himself, a Rothschild. And you guessed it, here's all the countries that didn't have a central bank, and some of these stories, well, you know how they ended. Now there's various pictures of him giving up the thumbs up sign. He looks very happy for somebody who's facing narco-terrorism charges, but maybe he handed all this over on a silver platter. Have you guys ever heard of Smartmatic, the Venezuelan voting system that not only was used during Hugo Chavez's re-election, but used in the 2020 US election? Now I wonder, does Maduro have any vital information on corruption when it comes to the 2020 election? Which may not be far-fetched because 3 executives from Smartmatic were charged under the Foreign Corruption Practices Act. So I guess time will tell. Make sure you guys hit up my YouTube, The Maverick Approach, but let me know what you guys think. Did Maduro make a deal? Let me know below.
But you know what people skip past real fast, man? Those underground tunnels in New York with the Jews.
They did just forget all about that.
You feel like it's a whole city down there? Yeah. I mean, not cities like this, but you know, they probably got hospitals down there, all like kitchens,
It's crazy.
theaters, freak off rooms, all that.
All of the princesses and queens are fucking dudes. I've been deep diving them. Let me show you a couple.
She went down the rabbit
Look at that
hole.
dude.
Oh,
Oh, isn't he cute? What about this dude? Aw, Princess Nicholas. They let you keep your real name.
yeah.
You're a dude, bro. This is a boy. Oh. Oh, what masculine fucking features you have, you dude. Look at. Hi, princess. Tell me this isn't a fucking dude. Oh, princess fucking, who are you? Victoria or whatever?
Victor.
No. This is the creepy shit that the elites do. This is an inverted, this is sexual, it's deviant. I'll explain more. Hold on. Oh, you guys. Tell me that's not a boy. Okay, look at this is Happy. Her name is Happy, and she's a fucking dude, and she's married to that
Vascular
Rockefeller guy.
too.
Oh, former CEO of Campbell Soup. You're a fucking dude. Dude. Avon. CEO of Avon. Old CEO of Avon. She's a fucking dude. Citigroup. Are you guys see this? You guys see this. Oh, hello, Princess Alexandria. The dude with the fucking, oh, no, they don't have balls though. This is the thing. They can change the sex in vitro? I think you call it in vitro. Anyways, yeah, they can change the sex. They're always, the devil cannot produce a woman, a natural woman that can reproduce. He's been able to do this kind of fucking creepy shit. Okay, they breed these children from a very young age. Even the boys. Hold on, I think I got one more. Hold on, I got two more. Look at. Oh.
Damn.
Ooh, what strong jawline you have, you fucking dude. Okay, here's the last one. This is Louisa, Princess of.
It's like Zuckerberg.
So they try to impregnate with the females, and it just doesn't work. So then they go to try and turn them into females, and it still doesn't work. You're not fucking fooling anybody. That's a dude. This is all keeping their name in the family. Women are not in charge of anything. This is all men. This is all.
Well, we see the Shakespeare days, which that's what it made me think of, right? All the women that were in his plays or whatever, they were all men, right? That's just what they did in those areas in those times. A lot of that went on back then.
Sports, it's rigged.
So I think it's real.
Message.
Did I just spoil the surprise for some of the people? It's scripted entertainment. What we do is fake, right? So I know what you're thinking. Me hosting the SPs, that's crazy. Or is it genius? It's time to take a look at yourself, sports, and realize that you're more like the WWE than you have ever imagined.
Dwight Smith exposing how rigged the NFL is.
I don't believe the game is really decided on the field, so, I don't get into all the X's and O's and talking, man. Like I said, I played in the game. I set a Super Bowl record, and we knew every play they was running before the game started, so, hey.
Devontae, another one-score loss. How do you turn the train around?
Stick to the script. It's frustrating. Stick to the script.
Uh-oh. Got that mic.
But look at the ref helping him out. He literally trips this Vikings cornerback and it ends up in a Curtis Samuel touchdown. Just look at this. 24 was in perfect position to pick it off, and then he collides with the ref. That
ref had some money in the game, y'all, or he owed some bad people some money. He's like, hell no, I'm tackling this dude. That's crazy.
Unreal.
Me speaking about this really goes
Yeah, we've
against
seen
me.
this.
Like, my annuities and my portfolios in the NFL.
Gotta take off the glove, and the glove stays.
Go down, my stuff goes down. But I feel like you guys' souls mean much to me. So you can see the bigger picture. So you don't have to argue it Wednesday at 3
Larry Johnson made the channel. I just said he would never.
Y'all guys cussing each other out. It's not even. It's all. It's just all scripted. Like you want me to say, they have nothing to.
You know what's crazy, y'all? I thought the clip was over. Sorry. You know what's crazy is, like, it's all scripted like that, and there's still grown men fighting in the stands wearing other grown men's jerseys. Now, I'm a victim of it. I got a couple Cardinal jerseys in here, right? I'm not throwing shade on nobody, but there's people out there actually fighting over their team, like actually throwing blows. I've seen some crazy fights. I've seen people get tased. I've seen a guy try to run away up the stairs and somebody grabs him and brings him down and he just gets stomped out. These are at football games, y'all. Now it happens at soccer, probably worse, right? We've seen the movies, but it's all scripted and they're just wasting that energy on it.
But they're not denying anything, and they're not refuting any of the facts. That's NFL team owners have documented ties. Past and present NFL team owners have documented business ties to either the gambling community and/or the organized crime syndicate. I'm also seeing that no fewer than 70 NFL games have been fixed.
What does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum.
To entertain. What does that mean? To bind or hold. To bind or hold what? An audience's attention. You say the word television. And when you turn on that television, channels. What's on those channels? Programming. They are programming you. They've been programming your whole life. You don't even know it. They do it with your music. They do it with your TV. They do it with your movies. They do it with your games. They have been programming us and programming you since you were little, and you don't even know it because you don't even question.
There's so many.
You know, it's crazy. Like, when I heard him say that, it just hit me like maybe what I went through when I went through what I went through. It was just me seeing through the curtains, right? Like TV used to mess with me when the audience, like let's just say on The King of Queens or George Lopez, those are two shows I used to watch. Like when the audience is laughing, they're laughing for a reason. It's not because of what they said was funny. It's deeper than that. And I used to see that. Or the music. I used to hear the music, and I would hear what their true intentions were, not what they were saying. But I felt and I heard what their intentions were, and it freaked me out, y'all. I lost my mind, right? So maybe that was just me seeing through the curtains, right? Maybe nothing was really wrong with me back in the day, right? I mean, I needed to get done what I needed to get done to get to where I'm at now. But like I saw through the curtains. So when he says like these TVs are programming you, this music is programming you without you even realizing it, I realized it, and it freaked me out.
Symbolisms at the Hoover Dam in Nevada. This is the 16-point compass. It has written on it to the magnetic pole of the earth. It sits outside right next to these winged figures of the Republic that sit next to the wall that watch over everything. Now here's an Art Deco inside of the plant in front of the generators. It looks very similar to the same shape. Now outside on the handrail, look at that symbol, and it sits right outside of the golden elevator. This is an arch gravity dam with a curve, is what they say, holding back that water. Anything holding back water is power. Water is power. Creating the largest reservoir in the U.S., Lake Mead. The symbols are everywhere in Hoover Dam in Nevada.
You do not fuck with the fucking mafia, bro. Screaming at the Turkish mob. This is the biggest mafia in New York City, is the Turkish mafia. And he's coming in. Doesn't give a fuck if they're gonna kill him. Doesn't give a fuck if they're gonna put a pistol in his face and pull the trigger like it's fucking Uncut Gems. He's coming in and he's calling them scammers. He's saying, where's my money? Doing it on video, exposing them, getting all the publicity. Tracks NYC the fucking GOAT.
I don't know why they're hiding it. We began to find ancient cities that we could find because the ice was melting so quickly. And you can see the wall structure. So we found 5 cities, all right? If the ice has been there for at least 34 million years or less, that's ancient civilization that nobody talks about. Now, when we found evidence of that, when I posted it on the website, it always got blurred out. So thank goodness I saved the pictures.
Let's be honest. I've never been there. You've probably never been there. But we both can agree that Antarctica is a fascinating subject, and there is something going on there. Let's deal with the facts. In 1959, the whole world agreed and signed the Antarctica Treaty, even the US and Russia at the height of the Cold War. Now, what's going on there? We can only speculate, but there is definitely a reason why they do not want us there. That place outdates us by a long shot. So what have they found there? Is it something that was frozen in time? And is it these civilizations? If you've read Admiral Byrd's diary, I'll let you guys discuss it in the comments. Let's have a chat about it.
You would get probably shot.
You'll end up missing.
Nah, you don't want to go there. We're going to be interviewing people around Bohemian Grove. Do you know anything about the place?
Yes, I do. I've worked there.
Hey, come on. It's just a fun documentary.
No. It is pretty much just for higher class people, you know, that do sacrificial shit.
So you would say not to mess with it?
don't, you'll end up missing.
Well,
You'll end up missing.
Being around all the residential people.
I would be careful where I post this thing. But what are the chances someone like us, like we just went in there? Like, what's the chance? Oh, you would get probably shot. What would be the chances, say, we could sneak in there?
I mean, you would get taken away in like 1 second.
You will come out in a body casket. That's it.
This behind me is Bohemian Grove, and we will be going in tonight.
See, and that's how they keep the locals out. Look at the locals, right? There's somebody coming from the outside and nothing happened, right? But the locals, they won't step foot in there, right? Because there's been tales from back then that just trickle down, and they're programmed that way, right? We're like we said on that clip, propaganda, program. We're being programmed. They program those locals. Don't step foot in there. You go in there, you're gonna die. And this dude went in there and came out, without a scratch.
At a point right now where we can't tell if AI videos are real or fake.
I need to fix my.
But the shit I'm about to show you right now looks too real to be fake. So you got people on this app that's ripping off their face, and under the skin of their face is an alien. But the way this shit looks, it's no way it can be fake. Matter of fact, look at this shit. I need you to tell me what this looks like to you. Does this look fake to you? These people like to put the truth in your face so they don't have to suffer the consequences of karma. And that shit right there looks too real. Now, this is not the only video I've seen like that. But out of every video that I've seen like this one looks exactly too real. Now I want to know what y'all think, because they already say that these things right here are walking amongst us. And with everything else going on, it's real convenient that they make this right now. What if it's not AI? And what if they're trying to get us ready for something? Once you get comfortable seeing things, they become normal. And I think they're trying to normalize this. Again, what do you think? I'm out.
Can someone tell me why there's a yellow brick road under the ocean that was discovered in 2022 off the coast of Hawaii? I went down the rabbit hole this morning and I've been trying to figure out what this could possibly be for. I've done some reading and they say it's possibly the road to Atlantis. Now, if you look it up, yellow brick road under the ocean, you'll find videos and pictures of this perfectly laid yellow brick road. And the only thing I can think of is it reminds me of the road in The Wizard of Oz. But what the hell is it there for? Why would they need a yellow brick road under the ocean? It makes absolutely no sense. If someone can do some research and tell me, and supposedly this is real, it's not AI like everyone always tells me, oh, this is AI, it's not real. This is real. 2022, the scientists discovered it off the coast of Hawaii. Check it out and let me know what you think. Yellow brick road off the coast of Hawaii, 2022. You're welcome.
Guys, check it out. This whole site's left open because it's a testing site. And why? That way if someone questions anything going on there, they can play dumb that it was tampered with. But I can tell you right now, the energy coming off this site is not normal, guys. And it's like this on purpose. Plausible deniability. Guys, these places are definitely sus.
His face is all over that.
If you eat 3 meals a day and you go to the bathroom once a day, at the end of the week, you've had those 21 meals and 70 eliminations. Now, the other 14 meals, they're sitting in the body. They rot, they putrefy. So many men tell me, well, I don't need a colon cleanse. I'm regular. And so many wives of those same men say, oh, well, my husband, as soon as he eats, he goes to the bathroom. So my next question I pose to him, well, if he does go to the bathroom as soon as he eats, how does it smell? when he goes to the bathroom. Now, if it does not smell like roses, then his colon needs cleansing.
They have Nicolas Maduro, the
Look at this
dictator of a
lineup,
South
y'all.
American country.
This is all
They have
stars.
Luigi Mangione, Diddy, R. Kelly, Sam Bankman-Fried, a fucking $3 billion scammer. They have El Chapo. El Chapo is in fucking the same jail as Diddy and Maduro.
Now, I don't think those are people held there right now. It says inmates held, notable inmates held at. I thought Maxwell was in Texas, wasn't she? Al Sharpton's arrested? When did I miss that? I think he's been held there, right? Now, a lot of them are there, but I think El Chapo's in Chicago, yeah, or is he in New York?
And Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's fucking girl, bro.
So what the Israelis have been doing, and the Jews in that area, is they're trying to bring about their Messiah. And the way that they're going to do this is they need to slaughter these five red cows.
Wait, hold on. Excuse me? They try to do what?
They're trying to bring about the return of their Messiah. Or sorry, they're trying to bring their Messiah. Yeah, I know. It's crazy shit. Without me getting too much into the theology and the lore, basically they want to destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque and rebuild the temple. And slaughter 5 red cows. It's in their theology to bring their Messiah. And Hamas
job, which I don't know documentary.
Mark Zuckerberg makes $3 billion a year off fraud.
For sure. Damn.
Because Facebook have those scam ads running every day of the year.
I've seen those.
Yeah. And
they're building a stadium in Jalisco, Mexico for the World Cup. As they started to clear the brush and dig, they started to find black bags. They're up to 450 bags found so far. What do you think's in them?
Sure.
If you guessed human remains, you guessed correctly. You can't say they found 450 bodies, because when they open the bags, it's body parts, different body parts of different people. There's multiple people per bag. They don't know how old, how long they've been there. They don't know if 450 is the number, because they're still digging, and as they continue to dig, they continue to find more. Claudia and her government, shh, don't talk about that. We don't want Mexico to be known for that. Talk about the good things.
It's already known for that.
There's people, that group of mothers that are looking for their kids, they were denied entry. So they started digging on the outskirts. Guess what they found? More black bags full of bodies. Nobody knows how long they've been burying bodies there. Jalisco is an area where a lot of people disappear. They're well known for it. Kids, wives, brothers, sisters, tias, tios, grandparents, they all go missing in Jalisco. The government doesn't want to fund running DNA tests to find out who those body parts belong to. They've also found wallets, purses, jewelry. They've been doing this probably since the beginning of time. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it hasn't slowed down.
It's in the culture.
And it puts the fear into the locals. That amount of people just dismembered, put in bags, buried. Sad what's happening in that country. I thought you should know.
I want y'all to listen to me really closely. The reason that these price tags are going electronic now is because they're going to bring in dynamic pricing. Be safe out there.
They're bringing back, which means 12 o'clock on a Wednesday. It's our slow time. Let's not say 12. That's lunchtime. Let's say 10 o'clock in the morning. That's our slowest day. Let's bring the prices down. 6 o'clock, everyone's out of work. They just hit rush hour. They're here now. This is our busy time. Let's raise the prices Like, that's what they're doing now. Now they're doing that, y'all. And they just get away with it. They just get away with it. It's another tax in a way. Taxing us because it's a busy time. We're raising the prices. And then we're getting taxed.
Everything they've told you about copper is a complete lie. Copper is not toxic and is not just a regular metal. Because in the 18 and 1900s, they were using copper all throughout hospitals to heal people. Because they figured out that when you rest water inside a copper vessel, copper ions are absorbed into the water. And copper ions are electrically charged. And humans are electrical beings which need charging. And so when the patients would then drink out of copper, it would charge them and boost their frequency. But not only that, all of the door handles throughout the hospitals were copper, because copper is potently antibacterial. And so this was then preventing illness and sickness from spreading throughout the hospitals. But they also found out that when you rest water in copper, the mineral copper is absorbed into the water. And the mineral copper is the master mineral of the body. So when the patients were then drinking out of copper, it was instantaneously healing them. Which is why then the Rockefellers then came along and removed copper from hospitals. Because they found something out about copper they don't want you to know about.
Y'all, I just learned that according to NASA, Jurassic Park, okay, 1993, Jurassic Park is the 7th most scientifically accurate film ever made.
Could you imagine? Now she's gonna keep that and curse somebody with that. Put it in their soup or something.
Is Jeffrey Epstein actually dead? Or did he escape? Welcome to episode 9 of the Epstein Files series. I spent my career at CIA and NSA. I also advised other intelligence agencies. I now have my own corporate intelligence firm. All of these opinions are my own. I have hundreds of comments talking about Epstein's not dead in all my videos. So I did some digging and I found some very interesting things. There are 3 paths with Epstein's death. The first being the BS story that we were told. He hung himself in his cell the morning of August 10th, 2019. No one buys that. There are 2 others. One being that he was, and the other that he escaped. And he's living his best life somewhere and or running this network. I want to focus this video, because I've done a video on his, I want to focus this one on things that align to an escape. There are 4 key things. 4 things I found that make me question maybe he did escape. 2 days before his death, he transferred $577 million from his estate into a trust. If it was that could be coincidence, but that definitely aligns more with the escape or trusts are very protected. Very hard to figure out who's spending what money, etc. That's one point that aligns. The second is that a lot of people say that his body, when it came out, was not Epstein. All old men look alike to me, so I have no idea. I can't tell the difference. And the third being that they didn't have him covered up, so they wanted you to see his body. And typically they don't cover the body if they're trying to save his life. That's what they're saying. They were still trying to resuscitate him. He was not pronounced dead until he was at the hospital. So that one got me thinking that he could have actually hung himself. Just enough. Paid the guards off to come check on him at a certain time so that he could then be resuscitated, not pronounced dead, get to the hospital, much easier escape. So he pays the guards off, he pays the people to erase the footage. That would be how that could align. And he used the hospital as his way out with other people, because we all know he was so connected and rich. So this one, not saying no to. Now the weirdest one, because all those definitely align. But his New Mexico ranch. There are people who have said that they've spotted him using drone footage driving. That has been debunked, but I don't believe shit anymore. This ranch was purchased in 2023 by a Shell LLC. San Rafael Ranch LLC, formed just weeks before they purchased it, 4 years after Epstein's death, because it was August 2023. No one has ever been able to determine the owners. Like what? Investigative journalists have tried to figure out who owns this LLC, who lives there. Nobody. Because isn't it weird? Why would you want to purchase something like that? I think they purchased it for like $27.5 million. Why would you purchase something like that with all of the dark shit that went on there? This one right here is the number one reason, besides the money transfer, that I can pick up what you guys are selling. Supposed to open an investigation into who actually owns this ranch, like New Mexico authorities, and they still haven't to this day. Like, bro, it's been 2.5 years. So if he is hiding out, it's going to be there. Either they're planning on this network and Glean getting out, or Epstein did escape, and he's at that New Mexico ranch going on with his insemination plan. Let me know what you guys think. If you have additional, hey, these are weird things too, put them in the comments. But let me know your thoughts.
I'm going to show you from a mortuary science standpoint why this photo does not show a deceased body. So when I saw this, the very first thing I noticed wasn't the weird looking table he's lying on. It wasn't his body positioning. It was actually the mouth area, his mouth. This is one of those things that families are always kind of shocked by because no one really talks about it. But when someone dies, every muscle in their body relaxes, all of it, including your jaw. And when the jaw relaxes and someone is lying on their back, gravity takes over and the mouth opens, laying flat on his back with his mouth naturally closed. No tape, no visual support, no tension. My brain immediately goes, okay, well, the muscle tone is still there. And muscle tone does not exist in a deceased individual. Then I move on to skin color. When the heart stops, circulation stops, and the blood is no longer being pushed throughout the body. Gravity takes over. Blood settles into the lowest parts of your body, and we call that lividity. So if someone is lying flat on their back, I expect to see that settling, that purpley-ish color start showing up in very specific places. The back of the head, the neck, even the ears, face, shoulders. What I do not expect to see, his face is evenly colored. You can even see pink in certain areas of the face, and that color matters because deceased bodies don't hold facial color like that while supine. That kind of color suggests ongoing circulation, or at the very least, very recent circulation. Either way, it's not consistent with a body that's already gone through post-mortem changes.
Don't ever leave your family member side. You must advocate for them the entire time. You're surrounded by idiots. When I had my own C-section, I don't care what kind of a bitch it made me. I said, I want the anesthesiologist doing my shit because they walked in.
That's what my wife said that.
we have a resident doing it. Is that okay?
Shit,
No,
hell
it's not
no.
okay. I have one spine.
What,
And
I
I've
look like a
seen
guinea
some
pig?
shit. I'm not saying this to be cute. I've seen a pregnant woman. The way she jumped up. Oops. No, there's no oops here. That's lifelong damage. And because this is a teaching hospital, I have to be okay with you practicing on me. Practice on a fucking cadaver. I have one spine. And I tell people all the time, you must advocate for yourself.
Today's January 2nd, 2026. A few months ago, I come out and told y'all that graves were empty, that everybody wasn't getting buried. I'm a grave digger. I had picked up a casket that was light, and I found out that it was empty. Now, that happened for months, ever since COVID. Since then, TikTok has tried to ban me. Other platforms have tried to ban me for trying to let you know how big funeral home fraud is. I pray you'll follow me. I pray you'll give me a chance to show you that this world ain't what it seems. Not just about funeral home, about cremation, about people getting fake ashes, about the testing that you can get done to have ashes tested and see if they're real or not. I pray you'll follow me. Pray you'll give me a chance. And if you can, share this out for me. Get the word out that I'm back. I do have another account, but they're about to ban it. This will be my only account here in a few days. So I'm going to need you here. I pray you have a good day and Happy New Year.
I had AI make the prediction, and this is it. First one, by 2026, the public is told something non-human has interacted with humanity, but the real shock is that it's tied to ancient history, not outer space. And
Like what? A virus?
No, like it's framed as interdimensional, pre-human, or an intelligence that co-developed with humanity. And they said how they're even shifting the language from alien to non-human intelligence. Second one, AI causes a psychological event, not just a scandal. So they're saying that there's a measurable mental health or social contagion event linked directly to AI interaction.
What does that mean?
So the government will respond by labeling it a public safety issue and not a tech issue.
Dude, it's already happening, and then people are gonna start like worshiping these things. There's gonna be cults, like religious cults about AI.
Are we gonna have our first AI marriage?
Number 3, a major geophysical or solar event occurs that modern science struggles to explain in real time. Number 4, there's a sudden communications blackout or satellite failure that affects multiple countries.
How creepy would that be if the ISS just like went black?
Dude, I don't think anyone would believe it was real.
This was a spooky thing that AI said at the end of it. Humanity is not entering a new age, it's re-entering an old one with better tech and worse memory. So there's just saying like, yeah, you guys aren't anything new.
Same script, different props.
Every single turtle on Earth has 13 larger sections in the center of its shell, and then 28 smaller sections on the outside of its shell. Now this goes for every single turtle on Earth. So if you have a pet turtle, go ahead and count the parts on its shell. And you will find 13 larger sections and 28 smaller sections. Okay? So doesn't that sound very familiar? Well, the moon waxes and wanes in a 28-day cycle 13 times out of the year. But 13 times 28 is only 364. That's not 365. So people speculate that when we were on the lunar calendar of 13 months, we had one day for resting and reflecting, and then we would go into the new year. So the real new year, astrologically speaking, could not possibly be on January 1st, just after the winter solstice, when the sun makes its descent into the darkness, and we have to face a cold, dark, long winter, at least in the northern hemisphere. That doesn't make any sense. The real new year should be on the spring equinox according to your relative location. So whenever it's spring where you are, that's the new year. But this video was for entertainment purposes only.
Makes sense. Everything comes back to
gross.
life.
Oh man, I'm sorry, bro. 1 year of eating just like ultra processed garbage food. It probably tastes good, addictive, overweight. Okay, that looks like the way I eat. That looks animal based. It's got meat, he's got fruit, avocado. Great. 60 days of eating healthy. Oh wow, look at that. The message here is super important, guys. Within 60 days, this guy undid a year of eating garbage. No crazy workout regimens, just eating high quality food, eating food for humans. And I bet you he feels like $1 million. It is so simple. Eat food for humans, eat meat, eat unprocessed plant foods, eat ground beef, eat steak, eat chicken, eat fish, eat avocado, tomatoes, cucumber, rice if you want, chicken, whatever. And your satiety, your hunger mechanisms will come back online when you stop sabotaging your brain and your mitochondria with ultra processed food. You will lose weight and you will feel better. Send this to somebody you know who doesn't understand how easy it is to lose weight simply by eating food for humans. They're stuck, they're addicted, they're miserable. The way forward is so easy. You got to help out a friend, guys. We got to save some lives.
Now I was stuck in that for a long time. I know just the other day I said I'm doing carbs, right? Back. I always come back home, y'all. I'm on more ketovore, right? I'd say because I like my jalapenos with my steak. I like my onions in my eggs. I like good seasonings, right? I love maybe some A1 sauce with the steak once in a while. So I'm more ketovore. But today's day 5. I'm down 5 pounds. I'm feeling good. Shirts are fitting a little better. And I feel like I finally got a little hold on it. If I can keep going, y'all, if I can keep going, I don't want to mess up tomorrow or today and then, back to square one, right? If I can keep going, I might start documenting it, y'all. Might start making a third channel, go back to my roots of YouTube. That's where I started with YouTube, was diet and exercise videos.
Costco started selling gold bars.
Really? I gotta get there first.
Gold bars from Costco, and they sell out as soon as they put them up for sale. They sold $100 million worth of them in the first quarter.
What? One gold bar, Swiss Lady Fortuna, 24 karat gold, limit 2 per membership. Jamie, would you ever imagine that?
This man never found again after exposing the dark truth about Wendy's. Watch this.
We are reporting live in front of wicked Wendy's, and we are absolutely exposing them, from their 33rd degree Freemason founder to the secret hidden meaning behind the name Wendy's, all the way to blatant witchcraft that they are advertising openly. We are showing no mercy on this video, so stay tuned. First, we're going to talk about old Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's, who is also a 33rd degree Freemason. Now, the temporary story of why he named Wendy's is because of his daughter, but when I looked into it, I found something much more sinister. I kept seeing this, Wendigo, and so I looked up what a Wendigo is, and it is a mythological, cannibalistic creature that has an unquenchable hunger for human flesh. So yes, I think it's weird that Wendy's hair resembles the Wendigo's horns. And keep in mind that currently, right now, you can go buy in Wendy's a Blood Frosty. And finally, the blatant witchcraft that they're advertising openly. They're literally calling their meal of misfortune, because it is misfortune for you to put this stuff in your body. They're calling their nuggets rest in 10-piece nugget. Their fries, cursed and crispy fries. They're telling you that they're cursing their food. All the way to a Raven's Blood Frosty, which I am not so sure is just Raven's blood after this video. Finally, they have their bag, and let me just...
Y'all ever heard something over the years that just stuck with you? Like, you don't know why it stuck, because you ain't never have all the full details around it, but for some reason it stuck with you. Well, this is one of those stories, because I was watching a story time earlier, and this guy was talking about how he works in the emergency room. And he was saying, like, if you've never worked in the emergency room, you probably not going to understand what he's talking about. Then he proceeds to talk about, like, the different beings or people that come into the emergency rooms and the things that he sees. In fact, I'm going to go back and link the video below so y'all can watch it yourself. Listening to his video unlocked a memory for me, because I worked in the hospitals, like in Connecticut as well as in Atlanta. I'll never forget, I was working at, I ain't going to say the name of the hospital, but I was working at a hospital here in Atlanta, and somebody that works there told me something that never left my spirit. They told me that in the morgue there are classifications. So I'm like, what you talking about, classification? So they proceed to tell me, like, they have human and then they have a non-human section. So of course most people hear that and they're like, oh, okay, cool, maybe that's a dog or a cat or something like that.
The hospital?
Y'all, I get that, because that is the easiest, cleanest, most logical explanation. However, it's so much deeper than that, because the way it was said to me, it didn't feel like they was talking about no animal. One of the things they said, and they was talking real cryptic, like it was so coded, but I was reading between the lines. I was picking up what they was putting down, damn it. They said bodies come in that don't fit cleanly into the usual boxes. And this ain't in no scary movie type of way. This is more of not following normal medical patterns, if that makes sense. It was told to me, for these beings in particular, there's no normal trauma pattern. Yeah, no normal organ response either. And I was told, typically before humans pass, there's like this normal behavior that happens before that. These particular beings didn't follow that pattern. I'm sure
how our food is all fucked up. Oh, think about the food, you know, every restaurant you go to, every fast food place you go to, they all get their food from the same spot. There's a company called Cisco Food. They're like a wholesaler. That's like the main place all restaurants get food from. So every restaurant you go eat, they just get the same ingredients, and they just list it in the menu. And that's why there's a new phrase in the media. A lot of these young guys online, they call the food goy slop. So when you eat fast food, you're eating goy slop. You're not eating natural food. You're not eating good ingredients. You're eating the same shit you get in one restaurant, you're gonna get in the next one. So I would say you gotta eat more healthy shit, bro.
So like people think that like the Nephilim are they were only giants. They weren't giants. They were pretty small too. There were small things. Duendes, gnomes, elves, dwarves. These things were also Nephilim creatures. The fairy folk, like they were called the Tuatha is what they called them. And so it was like a race of small animal mixed with human, mixed with other things that became like fairies that kidnapped and drank their blood and did all kinds of things. Like this is what fairies are from. Fairies were, and they were light skinned, which is why they called them fairies. So this is their fair. And so like this is all tethered to the Nephilim. So there was big Nephilim and there was little Nephilim. There was all kinds of different sizes. Like if you don't, what makes you think if it's going to make a giant, it wouldn't make something small as well? And in fact, like a lot of this stuff is distortions of Nephilim genetics mixing with human genetics. And so we can see remnants of the human leftover Nephilimized genetic sequence in our society today. There's a guy, type in Ali Onter. Look at that. Yeah, there you go.
What is that?
Bro, he has symmetrical horns growing out of his face. Scroll down. Right there. Look, there's some videos, you'll find of him too. He went to a doctor, they cut off his other horn and he died in an operation.
News.com.au, Australia.
Just scroll down, there's more.
Man with horn-like growth in head dies after botched operation. Australia's leading news site for latest headlines.
Also going to need you to swear a blood oath to us and our cause. And if you violate this oath, we're going to murder you and everyone that you love.
Got it. Great. You'll also need to pledge your soul to Baphomet. He's this god that we all worship.
Okay.
Now, we will need you to include some of our messaging in your program.
Oh, okay. So you mean like there's going to be a commercial sponsor or something?
No, nothing tacky like that. No. We just want you to have some, self-destructive theme.
Guys, you should definitely not listen to me because I just overanalyze comedy skits like this. And you should definitely not Google the balcony incident and what happened to the guy who created this skit. Because there's absolutely nothing to see here, as always. And comical jokes and references to things like this are perfectly fine. And there's nothing wrong with them because the things they're talking about totally don't exist. And we should all just laugh at it like comedy. You know what to do next. And comment section, you know what to do next.
The alcohol industry is crashing as it loses $830 billion as younger generations have decided to stop drinking. It says that over the past 4 years, they have lost this much money because millennials and Gen Z have decided to reduce drinking altogether due to health concerns, wellness trends, weight loss drugs, cannabis, and non-alcoholic options. I actually like this idea that the younger generation have decided to reduce drinking. We finally realizing the effects of drinking and how bad it is. I don't know if y'all realize this, alcohol is the biggest drug killer in America. I believe it is. Yeah, people don't be thinking alcohol is a drug, but alcohol is most definitely a drug. And the industry losing all this money, $830 billion, they're losing close to $1 trillion because people are starting to realize that drinking ain't worth it. Crazy to me how people be actually thinking that alcohol is like the end all be all. They be thinking like in order for you to have fun, you got to drink alcohol. But it's like, there's other ways to have fun. See, this is why I don't drink or smoke or do any of that, man, because that stuff can really fuck up your health. And I'm glad that my generation is finally waking up to this.
Bro, nobody give a fuck no more. I think we all died during COVID. I think all of us are dead. I think COVID killed all of us, chat. It's no way this is life anymore. This shit is weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I think, like, Christmas don't matter no more. New Year's, nobody give a fuck.
Oh, ready? Okay, go to Chamberlain Heights.
Google?
Yep, Chamberlain Heights, Kobe. Because they tell you first. It's right there. Okay, watch.
Like, what are the chances of this?
Oh, there's a hell. Oh.
Oh, shit. It's Kobe Bryant. Help me. Just pass me the trophies and we'll pull you out. Pass.
You see?
You're shitting me.
No, you never saw this.
No, you're shitting me.
No, get ready
what
for
are
this.
the chances of that?
Go look what season and episode it was.
Wait a minute. So, 5 rings, right?
Yeah. So everybody
He's
wants
got 5 rings.
Yeah, 5
3
rings.
and 2.
Yeah. You want to see another one where they tell you first?
Yes, let's go.
Kobe Bryant, Bette Midler show. Get ready for this one, guys. Yes. Okay. Oh, my God. Season 1, episode 8. Oh, that I did not know. That I did not know. My gosh.
Okay.
Okay, fast forward.
What we're watching.
Keep up right there. Listen to the score. Play.
The Lakers 126-75. No word yet.
Did you hear it?
126. He died January 26th.
Now, you ready to really go crazy? Go to the Gematrinator.
Okay.
Let's just do Gianna Bryant. Get out of the way. I showed you this one. Gianna.
126.
Date of the crash, 126. Okay.
Okay.
Now do Kobe Bryant.
113.
113. And how old was he when he died? Fake died? 41. Now put his middle name, Bean.
Like that?
Kobe Bean. Keep going. Bryant. What number do you see at the end?
81.
He scored 81 points, right? Now, ready for this? Let's go to the street he was killed on. What number do you see?
81.
The moon is a
It's
spaceship.
crazy.
It was built on Jupiter about
What are we
38
doing
million
here?
years
Paying
ago.
taxes still.
And between the time it was
What are we
built
doing?
and 15,000
Oh,
years ago,
Segovia's getting
it's been
sleepy,
touring
y'all.
around our solar system. Our solar system, we're told by NASA there's 9 planets. There's actually 40. There's the Earth plus 39. And each of those planets has a civilization, and each of those planets has moons that have civilizations. There's so much going on out there that, we could not possibly grasp how much is going on in our solar system.
Right in our face, and we don't even see it. You know? Bigfoot. Owl.
Things that do not exist inside high schools anymore that I think might shock some people. None of these things shocked me, but then on the internet I realized I was like, oh, people don't know this. Okay, so now I have to share it with you. Up first, there are no lockers. Lockers, no. Like my school was renovated, like completely renovated, new location, complete facelift a few years ago, and so it's built like more like modern school. There's not a singular locker in this school. None. Instead, like in the hallways, there's like a lot of like little couches or like individual seats that can kind of like roll for more of like a community feel. And there's also these like rolly electrical outlets to plug in their Chromebooks or their chargers. There are a few like tall desks in the hallway. It's more of like a community space instead of a place where it's like, oh, I'm going to go here to like put my stuff up and then take it out. They don't need a locker because, next point, there are no textbooks. I did not know that people did not know this. Yeah, no, they don't. I have never seen a textbook. This is my 3rd year teaching high school. I've never seen one for a singular class. And what we're starting to see in education is everyone's like, I think we need to go back. We need textbooks. Like, I love when I find a PDF that's from a textbook. I found the most dangerous game. I was printing that out for my 9th graders last year, and I found a textbook version with like questions on the side, and I was like, oh my God, jackpot. Need that. Like, I miss textbooks. But like, I remember having that in middle school. I remember having that in high school for a little bit. I graduated in 2019, mind you. I think that a lot of these things don't shock me because while I was in high school, that was kind of like when we were transitioning away from all of these things that are now completely missing in high schools. The third thing, there are not computer labs. There's not a singular computer lab in this school. Mind you, this is a brand new school. Those aren't necessary. Like, all of our kids are one-to-one. They all have their own Chromebook.
Yeah.
We don't need a computer lab. Like, I remember being so excited to go to the computer lab, especially elementary school. Like, those computer lab days, oh my God, golden. And then in middle school, we had computer labs because we had computer class. We had to learn how to type and use Microsoft and Excel and all those things. And then in high school, I had a computer lab because we weren't one-to-one. They're still not one-to-one. My old high school, still, that whole county is not one-to-one. That blew my mind the other day. Anyways, I was like in a business class and like we had to have the computer, so like we had a computer lab. In my 9th and 10th grade year, we did have a computer lab. We had to like go in there if our class like was ever doing something on the computer. We went to the computer lab. But then my 11th grade year, Chromebook carts came around, and then it was bye-bye computer lab. I never had it again. Funny thing about that, kids hate Chromebooks. I hate Chromebooks. I will do anything to avoid that Chromebook. My 11th grade classes, we're doing mostly everything on paper, best believe. Because if you're stuck, you can't ask Google. Now you got to ask your classmates. You got to ask me. We're talking in my classroom. We're building a community by, I don't need a Chromebook. Up next, we don't have Scantrons. I don't know why. I could not believe that was surprising people. Yeah, there are no Scantrons. I've never seen that in high school. I've never heard anyone
Testing
mention
on the
that.
computer?
We used Scantrons when I was in high school still, but no, that's not a thing anymore. Everything is on the computer, and the computer does it for you. Up next, and I'm a literature teacher, we don't do summer reading. We don't do homework. There's not homework, there's not summer reading. Because summer reading would be like homework on steroids. Like
I would have an A+.
I have never in my 3 years assigned homework. Ever. And I really don't ever want to. I don't like homework. Summer reading, however, if I had faith that they would do that, then that would I hated summer reading when I was in high school too, and I teach literature now. But yeah, that's not a thing. Unless like maybe AP classes might, but no. And on level, And the last thing I'll mention, writing first draft, second draft, and final draft. Today was the last day of first semester, and I write my kids letters and I also make a website for them. I'm very extra, but there's one part of my website called Your Green Light, and it's just all about chasing their green light. We read The Great Gatsby. Figure out what you love, figure out what you want to do, and chase it and achieve it. And so on that section of the website, I have all these things from my childhood where I would write about teaching. And there was one essay on there, and it's from when I was 9 years old, and I have indented all of my paragraphs. My paragraphs are spaced correctly, and I have 5 paragraphs.
Man.
I was
Damn.
9
Getting
years
old,
old.
y'all.
I don't think my kids know what indent a paragraph even means. This year, my 9th graders wrote an essay about Romeo and Juliet, and this is the first time I've ever really told an essay. Usually we do constructive responses, but this year we did an entire essay, and I'm not kidding. It actually really wasn't that bad, but it did take us quite some time to finish that essay, and by that point when we got done, there wasn't time to do anything else. And I think that's what it really comes down to, is there's no time to do a lot of things because of so many different tests. And I'm I don't remember testing this much when I was little, and what are we testing for? What are we testing for? We know we have a crisis. What do we keep testing for? Proof that we're in the midst of a crisis? I don't get it. And I know this is only my 3rd year, but if I had to point to an issue, it would be technology. We need to go back to textbooks. I think that simple things such as lockers teach students simple skills, I need to learn how to organize things and keep them in one space. I don't know. There are little things I think have been stripped away from kids because of technology and because of modernization. I don't really know. It seems like it's simple, but when it all adds up, then boom, we're here. Then boom, we're in a literacy crisis. Then boom, we don't want to go to school. Then boom, we're so nonchalant. Then boom, blah, blah, blah. It's so much. So yeah, bring back paper, get rid of the Chromebooks, bring back something. I mean, y'all, most of their book bags is just a Chromebook. One binder, maybe. I don't even know.
If I ever went back to being a nurse in the emergency room, I would never be able to look at people the same. I would never be able to lie to their face and say, you know what, well, we can't do anything for you because we didn't find anything on your blood work. Or we didn't find anything on that CT scan. Because I know exactly now what everyone is suffering from. You go through the blood work and you go through the scans, and the doctor comes in and says, you know, we did some blood work and we did the scans and everything looks okay. We're not going to figure this out in a day. We're going to have to do some testing, or we're going to have to refer you to someone. And in the meantime, let's give you this pill and we'll see how this goes. How does that sound? And most people just say, yeah, that sounds good. Okay. You know, you didn't find out what's wrong with me, but you gave me a pill that will help my symptoms in the meantime. So
most people just
let's
take
get
it.
this going. The truth is, there's 4 things that could be going on here. Number 1, you're malnourished. That's the biggest problem in our society right now. Number 2, you're probably not sleeping well. You're probably drinking energy drinks during the day, loading up on chemicals and sugar and fake sugar and caffeine. Number 3, you're not moving your body. You're not getting outside. You're not walking for 30 minutes a day. You're not moving. So your brain is literally stagnant. Number 4, you're not getting sunlight. Our society doesn't see the sun anymore because we're just on a screen 24/7, and it's so simple.
The winner for the best rap album goes to Ludacris. Is your year, baby.
So y'all telling me all I had to do was cut my hair to win the best rap album? That's what y'all telling me? Huh? L.A. Reid, I sat in your office and I told you this was my...
Cat Williams said that. They sat him down and they said, you have to cut your hair, get those weird sideburns out of here, and we'll give you, I don't know, a 10-movie deal. He's in all the Fast and Furiouses, and he gets that Grammy, y'all. That's crazy. He said it right there. All I had to do was cut my hair to get a Grammy.
right here. I told you that. Thank you, L.A. Reid, Def Jam, Universal staff, Mr. Sean Carter, of course, Jay-Z, Steve Bartles, my whole Disturbing the Peace family, staff,
Yeah,
all the
Jay-Z
artists on my
fucked up.
label, Ebony Sun Management, Shaka Zulu, Jeff Dixon. Yes, we made it, boy. Naris, I want to thank Lana Walker, Patty Webster, my publicist, Dana Sims, William Morris Agency, Steve Shapiro, Daryl Miller, Kevin Davis, my mother, Roberta Shields, the Ludacris Foundation, my inspiration, Karma Bridges, my daughter, Christine White, the Swan family, all the producers and all the artists that made this masterpiece happen. Release
I used to
Therapy,
like
Jasmine
Ludacris, man.
Roy,
He had
my
some
boy
classic
Boom,
albums
shout
back
out to
in the
Don
day.
Haynes, I-20 Fate, J.O., Choir Boy, happy birthday, boy, Ryan Cameron, Mary Catherine, Hot 1079, B103, KK Holiday, DJ Navs, all the DJs that played it, Atlanta, Georgia, I'm bringing this home to you.
Real. Money is not real. I explained this earlier. This is simply a receipt. It's simply a receipt. That's why over the years, they're constantly trying to dilute the dollar and dilute the physical currency and convert it over into digital currency to where now your finances and your value, your stock
What's with all this
is
pink?
this imaginary number in the data system.
Within all these men in the room
Once that happens,
dressed weird.
money is actually going to not be real to the people with a lower level of understanding and comprehension, because
Look at the vibe in there, y'all. Pink pillows going up the stairs, a pink heart, pink chair. Dude's dressed in a weird jacket, like weird. Like,
then they'll
I'm
finally start
solo,
to
y'all.
grasp the
I'm a
concept
loner.
of, damn, I
Always
haven't
have been.
physically touched money in 5 years, 6 years. I've
Some
made
people
every
need
single
people
purchase
around them
off
to
of my
survive.
phone, off of an email.
When you start thinking about it, you've probably never seen a new cemetery in your life. Maybe some of you have. I haven't. How in the world is all these people passing away and there's no new cemeteries? And don't hit me with cremation. Let me tell you why.
So I just got back from the lab measuring microplastics, the amount of microplastics in any one of these single-use containers, and finding that there indeed are around 100 to 300 particles of microplastics in any one of these containers. Why is this important? It's because anything foreign to your body, like a bacteria, like a virus, like cigarette smoke, like asbestos, like microplastics, anything foreign to your body will cause an immune reaction or a long-term simmering inflammation. If that inflammation occurs over a long period of time, i.e. years, by you continually consuming one-stop shop water bottles like this, then that's going to increase your risk of long-term disease, chronic diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's disease. In fact, we're finding these microplastics not only in our poop. In 2019 was the first time that we've been able to measure microplastics, and we finding them in our poop. But since then have found a lot of microplastics throughout our bodies. In over 90% of the samples taken in various studies, we're finding microplastics. So this is a problem. We're also finding in our brains. I'm finding it, our lab is finding it in the colons of patients with inflammatory bowel diseases. And so the question is, how do we stay away from them? It's very difficult. So take a look at around your office or your area, and you'll see a lot of plastic around you. And that's going to degrade into microplastics eventually. So what can we do as an individual to stay away from microplastics? Well, we stay away from one-stop shop, single-use containers, liquids. That would be one way. Anything that's hot liquid that's exposed to a plastic, that plastic's going to leach that liquid. So you put a liquid into a plastic container and put that plastic container into microwave, that plastic container is going to leach microplastics into that liquid and you're going to consume that. Take a look at TV dinners. What they do is they just tell you to pull back the corner, but keep the plastic on the food and put that in the microwave and cook that for 5 minutes and take that out, and you'll see a bunch of melted plastic on your food, and you're supposed to eat that. Stay away from plastic cutting boards, and like I say, one-stop shop liquids, including coffee containers, if you know what I mean. So with that,
All right, family, there you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I almost didn't do a video over here, y'all. It took me like 10 takes to finally get the intro growing. So before I got this going, I said, you know what, let me go do my second channel. I'm not feeling this right now. Let me go do my second channel. So that's going to be up today. And then I went downstairs and I tried to make some excuses. Mama Bear said, just do it. Just do it. You'll feel better. So I came up here and did it. And guess what? I feel better, y'all. I'm so glad I did it. So if you made it this far, you know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. My second channel is doing good, y'all. It's just momentum, compound, right? We talk a lot about over there today's video, compound interest. You just keep doing it and it grows, y'all. You'd be surprised. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Because right when you're about to give up, that's when it's gonna go. So we're starting to grow over there. I appreciate everyone that went over there, showed some love over there, y'all. But that video is gonna pop up over here. Yesterday's upload, I'm always a day late over there uploading over here. So yesterday's video is gonna pop up over here. Playlist is gonna pop up over here. If you're interested, go down the rabbit hole. This is Segovia signing out of the man cave. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.